I'm wearing my hat. So, how's everyone doing this afternoon? This is early for one of my streams. I suppose I should intro properly, because this is going to be a video eventually, so, Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons. Today is the 3rd of April, it's the 3rd day of VEDA, and I'm doing a live stream, because Sunday streams is what I'm doing this year. And that's kind of all the intro I have, because these streams kind of rely on other people saying words that I can then play off, because I don't really have much to say apart from, oh yeah, I'm sort of back up north now. Only for a few more weeks though, because, well, by the end of April it'll be the summer, because that's how university works. It's a bit weird like that. But yeah, so, yes, hello to the internet from both myself and my honorary internet sister, Europe's Gallo 8. Yeah. Which reminds me, and I mentioned this to her over Facebook, but because she's going to be staying with me for Eurovision week this year, which super excited for, by the way, I actually, on a whim, on my way back up here, like in the airport on the way back up here, I saw something that really reminded me of her, and so I bought her a present, and she's not going to find out what it is until we meet up in May, and it will be glorious. And it is in this room somewhere, it is proudly on display, but it's also tactfully out of shot, so you can't see what it is. And do pardon my burping, I just had lunch. Because I got up fairly late, because after travelling, well, not all of yesterday, because, as you can tell with yesterday's VEDA video, I recorded that, like, morning, early afternoon time, and I didn't actually get to the airport until late afternoon, early evening, but just travelling at that point in time, and getting here, it took a lot out of me. I was very tired, and so I ended up crashing until, like, 3 this afternoon. And I'm not going to give Foxy back, he is mine and I love him. Oh, my nose. I am thinking that perhaps for the other Sunday streams for VEDA, I might have guests in. I might have guests for Shower Thought Saturday as well, depending on... I'm not sure how I'd go about doing that for Shower Thought Saturday, but certainly with the Sunday streams, I can definitely get a guest in via Skype or something. And hello, Alphon Vlogs, smiley face. How are you doing this lovely afternoon? And I have an email. Every stream, no matter when in the week, no matter what time of day, I always get at least one email when I'm streaming. I forgot to fill the kettle, and it would be so unprofessional of me to just run into the other room and fill the kettle, but you know what? Whilst the audience is steadily building or whatever, I'm just going to go and do this, even though I can't put the kettle on during the stream because it's loud as balls. Are balls particularly loud? I'll leave that thought with you. Oh, what, this live stream? It's just me chilling and having my face on screen and talking with people as part of my video every day of April challenge. I don't really have any particular plans for what to do in this stream, it's just a matter of talking and conversing with you lovely people. And, yeah, Laura, you're probably right about that email, and you know what? It's up to you what you disclose in the stream chat, because... yeah. But yeah, as I said, I have no particular plans for this stream. I won't go for too long. I'll only go for like half an hour or so. It's just a moment for me to socialize with anyone who happens to be around to talk to me. And then I'll take it and edit it a bit so it has the things you can click on to go to other episodes of VEDA, and then... hopefully next week and the week after and the week after that will be more obvious what I plan on doing, because this is the first week, and I'm trying to get back into the video every day of April thing, 'cause I did it last year, which was okay. I did it in 2014, which was a bit crap. Hopefully 2016 will be the best year for everything, because it's had certainly the best Eurovision videos so far, but certainly the best Eurovision reviews that I've done. And I'm hoping that VEDA's going to turn out the same way, because as it is, the first 3 videos that I've done of it, including the introduction video, those have been so well received, and I have no idea why. Like, maybe it's because the first one Well, maybe it's because the one on Friday was like an April Fool's-y sort of thing, and maybe because the one I did yesterday was about bringing Monaco back to Eurovision, but they've had so many more views than I was expecting, and so many more likes, and I really appreciate that, but I have no idea what the appeal is. But I mean, I'm glad for it, certainly. But you see, Laura, as a male, I'd expect that I'd understand the loudness of bulls because I have a few myself. Why am I talking about these things? I'm just staring at my wall over there, which that almost sounds, in fact no, that does sound really stupid and boring, but I have a shelf on the wall in that direction, and that's where I keep a load of my nail polish, and I haven't painted my nails in ages, and I'm thinking, now that I'm back up here with access to my nail polish, I should do that, because otherwise it's just a waste to have them sitting there doing nothing, being all nail polish-y. But yeah, for those who don't know, I used to paint my nails regularly, but I stopped doing it just because I was too lazy to keep doing it, but it's a shame because it's really pretty. I suppose that's why men don't typically wear nail polish, because it takes effort to put it on, and it's really distracting as well, because I remember once when I was in college, I've told this story before, I remember when I was in college at one point, I was wearing nail polish that was sort of a really nice purple gold colour, or maybe it was the iridescent blue one of the two, and I was trying to write something in Spanish, and I kept getting distracted by how pretty my nails were, so there you go. Men shouldn't wear nail polish because we're too lazy and too easily distracted. Deary me. So how's everyone doing this lovely Sunday afternoon? Because I may have already mentioned, this is kind of early by my standards as far as streams go, because normally I stream like around 10:30 in the evening, and I burped again. Yeah, we should do what we did with Eurovision's Greatest Hits and paint the Swedish flag with my middle finger. But yeah. Yeah, it was around the 2014 season that I was at the absolute height of painting my nails regularly, and that was just before I got bored of doing it, and, like, I do still want to do it. I would say I can never find the time, but that's no excuse, because I have plenty of time. I just can never be bothered, because all I have to do is paint my nails, put my headphones on, and just chill listening to music for a bit while it dries, and I've heard all these great tips, like if you paint your nails and then immediately dip them in ice-cold water, then that'll harden the nail polish immediately, and I kind of don't want to try that, because where would I get ice water from, but you know, maybe it's something I should look into, because I'm too lazy to sit there and wait for my nails to dry. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but that's how it is, apparently. It feels so bizarre to think that just like this time yesterday, well, no. This time the day before yesterday, certainly, I was just at home, chilling, and now I'm back up here again. And for reference, for people who don't know, this is my university accommodation, which is on the exact opposite end of the country to my normal home, where my parents live and all that stuff. Because they don't live on the south coast, but they live they live in the same county as the south coast. They live on the north end of the south coast county. And I live, here. This is, I think this is the county that borders Scotland. As I've said, oh, Ian, you joker. Spaghetti! I live in my house. Well, actually, my name is Great News! Oh, it's been so long since the last part of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. And that wasn't even the last one. But that is, that's getting disturbing even by their standards. I don't know why I'm thinking about this now, but hello, Ian, it's been a while since the last time you appeared on one of my streams. And I swear to God, my pop filter is going a bit... Yeah. It felt like my pop filter's not as... It's not gripping as strongly as it used to. I don't know. I mean, when I brought it up... Oh, no, it's not the... Don't mind me doing some technical maintenance on the fly. It's because the base of the microphone was coming loose from the stand and I had to screw it back into place. But this time, yesterday when I flew back up here, this pop filter, that's the first time in ages that I've managed to take this in a suitcase from point A to point B and not have it come to pieces in the luggage. Because when I took it home about, what was it, 2 weeks ago, the clip that holds it to the microphone itself, like that just exploded open. And this happens whenever I try to take this pop filter anywhere. I mean, it's not bad quality, it's just being jiggled around in a suitcase convinced it to come apart. Don't mind me rearranging my boxes. On camera, no less. If I put that there, then perhaps I can recline a little bit. And as I've said already, don't worry, I'm going to edit this stream down a little bit to get rid of the annoying background noise in post, but... I would talk about more stuff, but I really don't have anything to... I suppose that there are a couple of things that... Okay. While I was waiting in the departure lounge to get on my plane to come back up here yesterday, I noticed a whole bunch of things, and I remember thinking to myself, you're not going to remember any of these things, even though you want to. And you know what? Screw you past me, I've remembered some of them. Like, for one, there was a woman in a business suit who I thought she was part of the British Airways flight crew, but she wasn't, I don't think. And is OBS still outputting, by the way, because I don't trust it? Yes, it is, okay. Well, anyway, I thought she was part of the flight crew, but it turns out she wasn't. She was just in a business suit. And I swear to God, she looked like one of the Hungry Hearts from Norway's national final this year, but without the giant sunglasses. She looked like the one who, like the lead singer who does the whole "The Streets of Moscow with My Girlfriend" part. There was a bit as well where I looked straight up, and in that particular part, it was gate A8 at Terminal 5 of Heathrow Airport. There's a bit where it looks like there isn't a ceiling. There's just a load of circles, and you can see past it, and there's a load of behind the ceiling stuff. There was a pipe that said soil pipe on it. And I misread it as soul pipe, and I was ever so slightly worried for a moment. There's just this pipe full of Undertale hearts just swirling around the airport. Oh, what else was there? There was one person who was sitting, I think, in the row, I think, seat 2E, I want to say, or maybe 3E. He had extra nose. Like, he had his nostrils, and then his nose came up to about here, or, well, like, there-ish. I don't know. He had spare nose, in any case. And I don't want to judge him for it. It's just, I don't remember, well, what am I saying? I'm not going to judge him for it, it's just, that's a thing that I noticed, and I was just like, okay, I didn't know that was a thing that could happen with people, but I'm not going to judge him for it. Anyway, my Eurovision 2016 top videos, yes, those are every Monday of this month, so I'm looking forward to doing those actually, because those are always my most well-received videos in VEDA. But yeah, I am totally looking forward to it. I'm going to, at some point today, listen to a recap of all 43 songs this year, and just make absolutely certain that the top 43 that I've got at the moment is the top 43 that I'm going to broadcast in VEDA. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing those, because those are a lot of fun. And as I've mentioned, it's going to be 11 songs every week, apart from week 4, which is going to be my top 10. So, it's going to be fun, because I can talk at length about why each song is in whichever position, and I'm not going to spoil who's where just yet, so you can continue speculating amongst yourselves for the moment. Ah, my nose. Why does my nose always itch where I do facecam streams? Does this video sound empty without my vlog music? Because, I mean, I could add it in post, because as I said, I'm gonna take this down, edit it, and re-upload it, but I feel like, for once, I should spare you lovely people the music that I'm always playing in these vlogs, vlog, video, banana. The streams that have my face in it, because I always do, and I worry that it gets annoying, because that's the only personal theme music that isn't copyrighted that I have. Implying that I have copyrighted theme music, which I don't. You know what I mean. Or maybe you don't, because I'm really bad at saying words. If anyone wants to throw a topic of conversation at me, then you're quite welcome to, because I don't have much to say, because, as I said, I slept in until 3 o'clock, and I've just sort of been out of my brain all day so far. Well, for the nearly 2 hours I've been awake anyway. I tell you, travelling takes a lot out of you, but even if it's just something as mundane as travelling, like getting to an airport at like 4, maybe 5 o'clock, and then that in the evening, afternoon kind of time, and then getting on like an hour and a half flight from one end of the country to the other, and then getting a train from the airport and walking the rest of the way home. That's that's really not that exhausting in the grand scheme of things, and yet I was just completely shattered by the time I got in. Well, with my top 43 this year, there aren't any songs that I hate either, and that's something that I've found with recent Eurovisions. I don't remember the last time I properly hated a Eurovision song. I mean, I did somewhat come to resent Armenia 2013, because why did that and Iceland qualify, and yet Bulgaria and San Marino didn't in 2013? But, I mean, for the most part, Armenia send good songs, so I suppose I should allow them the occasional slip-up. But yeah, this year, I like all of them to some degree, and yes, that includes the Thomas Gierson songs, and that does include San Marino, but if only because I find the backing track really catchy, and I find that the backing singers absolutely carry the song. But I mean, at least they had the sense to send the disco version. Apparently there's a more modern Euro Club version. That probably would have done even better. But, as I said, at least they had the sense to actually send a version of the song that people didn't hate as much. So, credit to San Marino for that. Although it does annoy me somewhat that Thomas Gierson, right, he knew that his song was going to represent Cyprus, and he still felt it necessary to meddle in the affairs of the Georgian song. Like, piss off. One artist isn't allowed to represent more than one country, so why should it be any different for composers? Just piss off, please. Give someone else a chance. And having said that, as I said, I don't hate the Cypriot song, and I do have a bit of a soft spot for the Georgian song this year. I just don't like the fact that Thomas Gierson feels it necessary to represent so many countries pretty much every year. Like, give someone else a chance, for crying out loud. And personally, I actually prefer 2016, because a lot of people have been saying, oh, this year's really weak, oh, everyone's sending crap, but they say that every year. And yeah, 2015 was really good. I think this year is even better, because they're both really brilliant contests as far as songs go. But I mean, with my reviews this year, I gave a load of countries 10 out of 10 in the rating out of 10 section, whereas last year it was only, I think, 2 or 3 songs. I think last year I gave 10 out of 10 to Greece and Serbia, and then that was it. Or maybe there was a couple of others, I don't remember. But this year I had 10s out the wazoo, because this year, really good songs. Like, that isn't me lowering my standards, it's not me being particularly weak when it comes to liking music, it's just, there's a lot of good songs this year. And I feel like if they were to go with the UME thing, then they'd probably have to come up with a more serious name for it, because I only came up with United Microstates of Europe just because it would be a pun, because then their fandom would be the umami, because that's a terrible pun, but, you know, they could come up with an acronym like that, and then there you go, we'll have a load of microstates take part together, and then they'll split the costs between them, and I suppose it might confuse the neighbour voting a little bit, because, oh, they've sent a singer from Luxembourg, but they're also representing Andorra and San Marino at the same time. Do I neighbour vote for them or not? Because neighbour voting totally exists. I think 2012 was a bit of a weak year, personally, because it seemed good at the time, but then the execution was kind of a bit disappointing, because, like, the stage should have been brilliant, and it was, but then it just kind of, I don't know, there's something I can't quite explain, but I think of the past 5 years, I think 2012 was the weakest. I think, actually, the years of, like, for me, 2016 is the best, then 2015, then 14, then 13, then 12. I think 2011 was better than 2012, though, but apart from that, it's just, the contest has been constantly increasing in quality for me. But 2012, I think, like, I didn't like the winner. Second place was a joke entry. I didn't get the hype with Albania. There was some songs that were just, there were some confusing results. There was the UK song, which was really pretty, but flopped. There was the Norwegian song, which was really fun and flopped. There was the Hungarian song, which was amazing. Like, it was in 2012 that, I think that was when they started using Adal as their selection format, and that's when the mother and I really started to enjoy Hungary songs. And I have liked all of Hungary's songs, at the very least since 2005, but it was from 2012 that we really started to pay attention to the Hungarian selection process, but even then, they didn't do very well. Iceland, Greta Salome, didn't do very well with a brilliant song. You know, there are a load of weird songs. There are songs that I didn't like as much. There are songs that should have done better than they did. I suppose that is one thing. Speaking of Greta Salome and Loreen, I do hate how people just immediately compare Hear Them Calling to Heroes and to, Euphoria. Like, Loreen didn't invent performing on a dark stage, and Mons didn't invent interacting with the background, so I don't think Greta's copying anyone. So that, and the fact that people are comparing Sunlight to Heroes just because of the font and the lyric video, like, those sorts of things annoy me because it's meaningless. But yeah, Hungary, as a general rule, they're really good at Eurovision ever since they started using Adal. And Alfon, did you hear the song by Kelly Saunders in the Hungarian selection this year? Because I thought that was really good, but his live performance was really weak. So I suppose it's good that Pioneer won the selection, because Who We Are is a brilliant song by the Kelly Saunders band, but the live performance just didn't stack up, unfortunately. Like, he deserved to get as far as he did, but from what I've heard, like, in the qualifying heats, he'd just come out of having a cold, and so his vocals were really bad. In the semi-finals, I don't think he had an excuse. In the finals, there was a problem with his earpiece, and he got to perform again, and it's a shame because it was a really good song. But Pioneer is good. In fact, I actually really liked all four of the super finalists in Adal this year. They were all really good. So that was Andras Petrushka, Trouble in My Mind, Gergo Ola, and Gyoza Yu. I've always called it O by Gergi Wergi O, because I'm not good with Hungarian. The Kelly Saunders band, Who We Are, which is a really good song, and of course Freddie and Pioneer. But yeah, honestly, all four of the super finalists of Adal this year are really good songs that are worth listening to. And I haven't seen any of the pre-party videos, but I intend to. I've got some of them in my watch later list on YouTube, because I swear I really overuse the watch later button on YouTube. Like, it's a surprisingly good feature. Just, I want to watch so many videos, so just, I'll watch that later, and that one, and then I have like two modes when it comes to watching YouTube. Either a watch later list that's just full of videos, and then there's no way in hell I'm going to get through all of them. Or it's completely empty and I have nothing to watch, and so then I go around watching other random stuff instead. So, how is this year's pre-party going then? Because in fact, who's actually, like, who's going to that? Because I know Polly from Bulgaria, she's there, and a couple of others as well. I'm not entirely sure what it entails, because I tend not to follow the pre-stuff. Like, I pay attention to the performances in Eurovision in concert, but that's about it, because obviously I follow the national finals, but then once every song has been chosen, that's the end of March, so I have to do all my reviews in March kind of time, and then April I'm doing VEDA, so I'm busy with this sort of stuff, and then in May it's the contest itself, so I don't really have time to follow the pre-selection stuff. Well, no, the post-selection pre-contest stuff, I mean. So, I never really follow any. As I said, I watch, like, either a recap of Eurovision in concert or a couple of my favourite songs as they were performed in that, just to gauge how they'd perform live once they get to whichever city it is that's hosting, in this case Stockholm. And I did hear, as I said on Friday, I saw the live performance of Croatia's song Lighthouse on, I think it was a Serbian morning news program, and oh my god, she can sing so well live, which isn't a surprise because she won the Voice of Croatia, so... But still, if Croatia doesn't qualify, I will be so sad, because I think they printed a newspaper in Croatia, like, either today or yesterday, and Nina Kraljic posted it on either Facebook or Twitter or something, that some higher up in the Eurovision chain had said that Croatia was their personal favourite to win, and then Croatia was like, oh my god, people think we're going to win, and then they put it in the newspaper because they were really happy about it, and justifiably so, because Croatia's song is brilliant this year. And as it turns out, I did end up watching a lyric video for Armenia's song, and now I know what the words are to the chorus. It's kind of ruined it for me, because I liked trying to deliberately mishear what the lyrics are, because it's very easy to mishear. But now I know what the words are, and the experience will never be the same again. But I do like it. I mean, here's another one of my favourites. Again, I'm not going to spoil exactly what my top 43 are, but you know they're going to be fairly up there. So I suppose I should belatedly ask, so what was wrong with the pre-party in Riga then? Did the supernova Riga Beaver not turn up, and then that was just, that's it, party ruined because the Riga Beaver isn't here, because I will say I don't like supernova as a format, because it feels like it takes too long to get through, and then the final show is just 4 songs, and it's really agonizingly slow to get through, but the Riga Beaver does kind of make up for it, because so much showmanship in one single mascot costume, it's marvellous. And then I ran out of words. By the way, I am going to end the stream fairly soon, because the idea of these VEDA streams is to have, like, shorter streams, but every week, rather than, like, one long one at the start. Because normally I do these facecam streams for about an hour and a half or 2 hours every first Sunday of the month, but because of VEDA this year, I'm going to do short half-hour-ish streams every Sunday, like this, so I'll be ending fairly soon. That disappoints me to hear, because Riker and Polly, like, I know what they're capable of as performers, and so hearing that people have decided they're going to do badly, that's really discouraging, because they're good singers. Like, I was watching Ben Charles Gray's Top 43 the other day, because, you know, he's doing Eurovision Wipe, as he always does, and that's going to be coming later this month. But his Top 43, he puts Riker at the very, very bottom, and looking at that, I'm thinking, you have no legitimate reason to do that. You literally just have a grudge against her. And I like, that bothers me, because her song is empirically not the worst. Like, I'm not going to defend it and say, oh, no, Switzerland should win. But there is no system by which you can say that Riker is the worst song this year. So clearly, I mean, and obviously, personal biases are supposed to come into it, because that's what a top 43 is. But I mean, it seems a bit harsh to deliberately say, I don't like your face, I'm going to put you last, which is what he did with Bojana Stamanov last year as well. But yep, every Sunday for this month anyway, until the end of April. So, this Sunday, and then the 10th, 17th, and 24th, I think that is. Every Sunday of this month. I don't know what, like maybe this sort of time of day, we'll see what happens. And just looking at the other countries that are at the pre-party, I'll have to have a listen to, because I was going to listen to Bulgaria's thing anyway, so I will have to have a look at that. Because it just annoys me when people decide before the contest, oh, you're going to do badly because I said so and for no other reason, like, bruh, that's kinda not fair. Plus, I mean, it's the start of April, I've got plenty of time to rehearse, so... And bearing in mind that Polly was, not only did she host the junior contest last year really well, but she did so well in 2011 as well, and she's kind of she's a post-contest favourite of 2011, so deciding that now, with her current pop song that's really good, deciding that that's automatically going to do badly just based on one single thing in Latvia, that kind of seems harsh. I don't know, I'm ranting about it at this point, and I don't want to. I want to talk about something else so I seem slightly happier. Hey. I suppose I should, once I finish this, once I've edited this and re-uploaded it and stuff, I suppose I should start recording tomorrow's episode of Another Code R, because I haven't recorded any LP stuff for ages now. Like, I haven't recorded, haven't recorded Another Code R since, like, about 2 weeks ago, because I had to record a whole bunch in advance, because I was going home for a couple of weeks. And I haven't recorded Master Quest since the end of February, early March. So, that's going to be a fun thing to get back into. Although, I still need to be ahead on that because I am having some guests for the rest of that series, so I don't know, it's for me to work out. But certainly Another Code R, that's going to need some attention from me because I'll need to record it, and then I'll need to render it, and then edit it, and that's going to take ages, so that's my to-do list for the rest of today once I've edited and re-uploaded this. So does anyone have any further things to say to my face before I take my face away and do real-life stuff for a while? Because this is me officially signing out. I'm really pleased to see that I've managed to stream for half an hour with an average of about 3 or 4 viewers, and we've not had any Jeffs. And yeah, I have mentioned another code art. At this point in the game, it is very intense and feels heavy, and it's only going to get more so from here. And I burped again. Because as I said, before I started streaming, I had lunch, and lunch included a bottle of vanilla, no particular brand cola. Well, it is a particular brand, I just don't want to say it live in case I get got for it. Although, there was a point this afternoon where I forgot what the word for cola was, and so I found myself referring to it as a bottle of vanilla penis, and I don't know why. I literally don't know what could have clicked in my head to make me think, yes, that is the word for cola. It is not. It is very much not. Which, that seems like a beautiful note to end this stream on, so, does anyone have any words that might make me hang around? Because I would say I'm going to dash off and then gesture at the door, but that's the only thing that's protecting me from the outside world. I'm just going to sit here for the rest of this afternoon and do Tess things. Well, anyway, since no one has any further words to say unto my face, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and, well, I'll see you in whichever video of mine that you happen to choose to watch next. This year's stage is, certainly from what I've seen so far, it's huge and it's beautiful, and it should be impressive. Like, I'm glad that it's more like last year's than it is like 2013's. But I've already outroed, so, I should be going. And Laura, are you setting up to say something further? Or, like, that just feels like the setup to a pun, and I'm just waiting to hear the punchline before I go. But I've already outroed, so I shouldn't keep you people hanging around, so I will wish you the goodest of afternoons, and I will go and make tea and do real life things, and yay, VEDA!